In the presence of Christ, who is truth itself, the truth of each man's relationship with God will be laid bare. The last judgment will reveal, even to its furthest consequences, the good each person has done or failed to do during his earthly life. Whew. That is 1039 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. So, the Catechism of the Catholic Church, if you ever want to know like why the church teaches certain things, why we believe what we believe, that will basically lay it all out. Okay. So that little message there, that's something that, so I was having a conversation with my wife this morning, and she shared this with me. And, man, it just reminded me of a couple of things. It's just something I want to share with you today, because I mentioned this in day 14 when I shared Emily's story and how people in general, and I think just has a lot to do with men too, is we don't understand our purpose, right? We don't know who we are. We don't understand our purpose, and we don't truly understand. Well, you know what? I'll get into that later. Soon, I was going to talk about the object of our knowledge, but well, yeah, you know what? I can kind of touch on that. So, the object of our knowledge must be truth, right? And that's how 1039 opened. In the presence of Christ, who is truth itself. The truth of each man's relationship with God will be laid bare, right? So the object of our knowledge must be truth, right? And so having a conversation with Brianna this morning about this, and and all of our actions, right? All the good doings is what it's saying. The last judgment will reveal to the furthest consequences the good each person has done and has failed to do. So it sounds like we're going to be also judged on our actions, right? On our actions. Because of the church, we believe faith and works, faith and doing the right things as well, right? Not just faith alone, which is controversial, right? But not really, because it's the truth. So, anywho, the reason why I bring this up is because it reminded me of a talk that Les Brown gave. So Les Brown, very well-known motivational speaker, he said, and what all this has to do with purpose. He said, imagine on your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. Okay, the ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed angry. They're disappointed and they're upset. And they say to you, we came to you because you could have brought us to life. And now we have to go to the grave together. Right? So how many ghosts will be around your bed when your time comes? Right? And that speech just reminded me of the conversation I had with my wife of 1039 from the Catechism. Because, friend, God has given each of us specific passions and desires. Right? He's given each of us specific passions and desires for which we will have to answer for. Because it's our talents and our passions which will go on to glorify God. Right? Which is the third glorious mystery of the Rosary. Right? The descent of the Holy Spirit. right? Am I being a good steward of the Holy Spirit, right? Am I living with the zeal to glorify God, right? Because ultimately, our talents, our passions should not glorify ourselves, right? But to glorify our Creator, right? And I believe it was Psalm 37, I believe it was, that said, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. And for a long time, I took that out of context as thinking like, oh, if I delight in the Lord, He's going to give me the things that I want, right? Like the physical things in this world that I want. When just as I listened to that more, and I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law, and he made a good point. He says, that really has more to do with the passions and the desires that you're going to have innately. So it's like, okay, so these things are innate. Like God made me with specific wiring, right? Like if you think about it, not everybody wants to become a doctor, right? I mean, we always say like, man, it would be nice that we would we would like to have the income of a doctor, right? But not many of us would. I mean, if you really think about it, who wants that job? Think about the pressure and the responsibility that comes with saving someone's life, right? Having to give the news to a loved one that their spouse or their child has passed on. Who wants that job? Certain people do. That desire was put inside of them, put in their heart. And if they didn't act on that desire, right? If we're kind of thinking about 1039 of the Catechism, if we didn't act on that and do that good, we're gonna have a lot to answer for. Not everybody wants to become a police officer. I mean, good night. Look at the craziness that's been going on in the world. These so-called here come the air quotes, mostly peaceful protests that kicked off in 2020 and that are probably still going on to today. Defunding the police, you name it, all these things that are going on. So many police officers are quitting, right? Resigning. But there are several men and women who have that desire to serve their community, that capacity. Right? So God has given us each unique desires, each unique passions. And so I guess, ask yourself, are you being a good steward of the Spirit, right? Because, what happens when you're not in alignment with your purpose, right? Because your purpose, right? So the reason why it's important to discover your purpose, all of your actions, all of your plans, all that should be aligned to that purpose. And I gave you that, I believe I gave you that framework in the last episode, right? The aligned action, right? Are you giving your subconscious mixed signals, mixed messages, right? Just think about how many people hate what they do. They do it for the money, right? We talked about this. I've done that shit. I did that for years. I was running a bread business for over 12 years because it provided me with a recurring 6-figure income every single year. I did not have to worry about anything, but it wasn't my purpose, right? And so these are just things that, I don't know, these are just things that I think of, man, that kind of come to my mind that I figure I share with you. Again, these are just my thoughts. Take them for what they, take them how you want to take them, right? But here's the thing, man. So I mentioned the word for the year, right? And my word for the year is consistency, right? To show up here consistently, to show up for my family, consistency, for my just consistency across the board. And man, I've had some clarity coming into 2022. And I was telling my wife this morning, and I don't really know how to explain it in words, but I've been feeling, here come the air quotes, I've been feeling powerful lately. Since Monday of this week, right? Today we're, Saturday? Since Monday of this week, I can't explain it, but there's this energy that I've been feeling all day long that, like, I'm unstoppable. There's nothing's going to get in my way. I don't know, I'm riding this serious momentum. And I'm reading a book right now. I think I may or may not have mentioned. It's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And he talks about the upper limit problem. We all have this upper limit problem. And how he talks about we get to a point to where we all have this upper limit problem, which essentially is our limit of the amount of happiness we can, like, enjoy or be in the presence of. And once we reach that limit, once we trigger that upper limit problem, we do something to self-sabotage ourselves, to return to a state that we're more familiar with. And this could be money, it could be relationships. Like, if it's a money thing for you, if you've got an upper limit problem around money, let's say you're not comfortable with a certain amount of income or a certain amount of money in your bank account, so you'll go and you'll blow the cash to get to a point to where you're more comfortable. If you're not used to having a healthy relationship, and let's say you encounter a healthy relationship that you don't feel like you deserve, you will start arguments and things like that to get back to more of what's familiar, right? So I started feeling this powerful feeling, this sensation all this week. And I'm reading this book and I'm like, I had a thought. I was on a call with my business coach, and I had a thought. We had some great news on the call, which just really excites me for 2022. And then I'm at home, and I'm like, this progress, this good news that she gave me, is this a distraction from something else that I should be doing? Again, I noticed right away, that's the upper limit problem talking to me. Like, no, why can't you just enjoy this success, right? Which is ultimately, that's like step one to overcoming that upper limit problem, is just expand a little bit your capacity to enjoy that extra income. Expand your capacity to enjoy that weight loss or that relationship. And what you can, as you begin to expand your capacity to enjoy that, whatever it is that you're not used to, you raise that upper limit problem, right? And so anyway, I was having this energy, like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this feeling, what this feels like. It's okay for me to feel this, right? And again, I can't explain the energy. All I can say is I just felt powerful. I felt like unstoppable. Like everything that everything that I'm going to be doing moving forward for 2022, just have this feeling. Everything that I'm going to be doing is going to work. Everything's going to come together. Like, you know, we all have like those self-doubts and worries, like, oh, what if it doesn't work? Or what if, like, we all have those doubts, right? I don't have those doubts around this thing. Like, I have this vision of what's going to happen in 2022 for me, for you, for all of our students of hardstyle and online and all of our guys that we work with. Like, I just have this vision that everything is going to work. It's hard to explain. And the reason why I share that with you is because, man, I've got a major project in the works for you. I can't share it with you right now, but I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be an absolute game changer. So a while back, I pulled down all of our products, right? All of our digital products from the blog. I haven't been offering them for sale since, I believe, the summertime. And just because I didn't want to create any more confusion out in the world when it comes to quote unquote, air quotes again, kettlebell workouts. And I wanted it to be a clear, like when you came to the blog, you knew exactly where to start kind of thing. And what I've been working on is something that the kettlebell world has never seen, right? The structure of it, the layout, the way it's all going to work, the curriculum around it and everything like that. And it's something that we're going to be instituting at hard style here at my gym, and it's also something we're going to be putting together for you guys online. So if you've been wanting to work with me, with us, if you've been wanting to become the strongest version of yourself, if you've been wanting to learn skills, self-mastery around the barbell, around the kettlebell, I'm really excited to announce soon what all that's going to be. And I feel like because I'm going to be taking these actions and being consistent in these points, I feel like I'm finally in alignment with my purpose. And it's only taken 42 years. But that's it, man. Today's deadlift session was really good. My goal was trying to focus on speed off the floor. And that should be your focus in that deadlift. In pretty much anything you're lifting is just trying to be quick. Today I had 198 for 2 sets of 2, and I pulled them pretty quick. And, man, I'm just so freaking excited. I mean, I'm feeling powerful on the barbell. I'm feeling powerful in everything that I'm doing. And I think it's because I'm finally aligning myself and getting into alignment with my purpose. And if I'm living my purpose, taking actions on the ideas and the thoughts that I'm having, I'm not going to have to worry about encountering the ghosts of my ideas for not giving them life. So I guess I'll close today's episode with, if you die today, how many ghosts, how many ideas, when it comes your time, how many of those will die with you? That's a question for you. That's only something that you can answer. But that's pretty much all I got, man. I appreciate you watching these videos. And let me know how this is resonating with you. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment below. And I look forward to revealing what we're going to be doing in 2022. Peace.